Hey, this is your girl Michelle.
This is your girl Mariah, also known as Mariah Amazing.
You are tuned into Melanin Voices. Hey.
Hi everyone. Michelle is cracking
Hey.
up over there.
Jeff was looking at me when I was doing it because he know I always say it.
I know. We have to
Melanin
wait for that. That's our
Voices.
cue to get started with
I know.
everything.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so everyone, we have a guest with us today, Jahlon Reid.
Hey.
Hey,
Jahlon.
what's up? What's up?
What's up,
Thank you for
Jahlon?
joining us. Tell the people about you. Tell them about yourself.
Um, ain't too much to tell. Just a young brother out here trying to become more entrepreneurial, become more independent in this world. Currently in school for barbering. Got aspirations to open up my own shop one day, and also have like a organic food truck. So those are just a few ideas that I'm looking to bring into fruition. And thanks for having me on to share my perspective on this topic today.
Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for coming. We love entrepreneurs. You know what? Support Jelani in whatever he does. If that's going and sitting in his chair when he's a barber, or if that's hooking him up with about his organic truck, or giving him a few bucks. Make sure that we continue to support each other. Because if we don't, then these white people are going to dominate, and we don't want that. So support this brother Jelani, and thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate it.
Thanks,
We
man.
love guests.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, everybody. So
Definitely.
let's, yeah, talk about this melanin media.
Melanin Media. Let's go. Talk about your Kendrick, Mariah.
Okay. Y'all know I love Kendrick, so yes, I'm talking about him, y'all. So, anyways, recently his youngest sister graduated from high school, and he gave her graduation gift of a Toyota. And, she was extremely happy about it, posted about it, like, my brother got me this, I'm so excited, thank you, very appreciative of his gift that he gave to her, which was nice, a very kind gesture, I believe. But he had a lot of backlash about it because people were saying, oh, this man's worth millions and millions of dollars. Why would he get his sister a Toyota? And I just feel like many times in the black community, we like to look like we have money, but not actually have money. So we want to look wealthy, but not actually be wealthy. And this girl is young. She's a teen mother. So she probably doesn't have the resources to get a Mercedes Benz, the maintenance on that done all the time versus getting a Toyota maintenance. So I did think that that was like him looking out for her in a way, just her best interest. Like if she's trying to do this on her own, how she can go about doing so versus, getting her a luxury car where she was able to make certain expenses for it. I just feel like that was overlooked when they were talking stuff about how he could have stepped up to the plate and got her a more expensive gift.
People don't understand is that consumerism is a weakness. Consumerism weak. And black people are the main consumers in things. And we base so much off materialistic things where that wasn't the case with Kendrick. And it just speaks to how humble and how down to earth he is about everything. So, black people, open your eyes and stop considering materialistic things to be a thing. You know what? Consumerism is a weakness. So the more you spend money, especially spending money on things that are not going, or people that are not going into your own pocket, is the more weak that you get. So that's just me. Anyway, let's continue. Look, Jahlon, what did you think about that Kendrick thing?
He said, "Bitch, be humble." Like, you know what I mean?
Here
Y'all
you
like
go.
the song, but y'all don't really want to be humble. Nah, but I like it. It's a lose-lose being in the public eye because if you were to buy her a really expensive car like a Bentley or a Porsche or some shit, then people would say, "Oh, you spending all that money? I thought you were supposed to be down with the cause, brother. You supporting the white man." Like, both your cars is made by the white man. Like, which one are you gonna go with?
Right.
It's a lose-lose. So
Exactly.
it's just it's you can't win.
You
People
can't.
always gonna have a
Always have an opinion.
People always gonna scrutinize. People always gonna be super critical. So
Mind your business. How about that?
yeah.
Okay.
I
Exactly.
think in his control verse, if y'all remember, he said I ain't wearing no more designer shit, white tees and Nike Cortez, some. But he said something to the effect of he ain't wearing no more designer shit. He's sticking like to the basics, the fundamentals. He doesn't need like all that lavish shit no more.
Okay.
I respect it.
All that lavish stuff are chains, and we don't even know we walking around with them.
Right.
So
Brand.
go ahead, Kendrick. Do what you
Really
gotta do. walking around looking like some slaves with these, all these designer stuff on that we don't own. Not a knit, not a little bit, not a nothing. They don't give to us. So go ahead with that.
Yeah,
Next, what's next on Melanie Media? I can go in
Glover,
all day about that.
Childish Gambino, whatever you like to call him, he is retiring from music. His upcoming album that he's creating is going to be his final album, he says. He's going to start focusing more on other endeavors, including acting. And I'm kind of sad because I really love him as an artist. Like, I really, really like him. Not that I don't think that he's going to, I think in different avenues he definitely excels. And we've seen with Atlanta, what he did with Atlanta. And we've seen how he is as great as an artist. When we see him in other shows, he's great at what he does all around. But I'm just going to miss him as an artist as well. In the music aspect anyways. So.
Yeah, me too. Maybe he's just putting him to rest for a little while, but
yeah, maybe.
But he came out with that last album, which was hot to me. Like everything about it was just much soul that I needed. Like people forget that's the true aspect of music. Like he brought that 70s kind of rhythm to his album, and everything about it was just everything, down to the art and to the words that he was speaking in that album was amazing. So best of luck to him in acting. Maybe he feels like he can make more of a difference there. I also heard like there's no more money in music anymore neither. So maybe he finds that, that's not, he's not paying his bills, whatever the case may be. So definitely sad to see him go, but hopefully he surprises us here and there with some freestyles or something. That would be nice.
Right. Yeah, hopefully he does, and I think he will. I don't think he's completely done with music because, like any true real artist, I don't think they can just abandon, their craft or something that they love and enjoy doing. Like there's been plenty of artists, plenty of athletes who retire, they retire, but they come back at some point. So I'm anticipating Childish Gambino's return. But meanwhile, in between time, I'm gonna enjoy Donald Glover.
Okay.
Same.
Do you want to talk about one more, Mariah, or do you want to get into the hot button topic? Which one do you want to do?
I want to get down to the last thing, which is Bill Maher and what he said about being a house nigga and how he thought that was okay because when Ice Cube came on to the show to correct him a couple of days ago about it and saying, no, that wasn't cool. What made you think it was okay to say that? Right. He went on to say, oh, well, nobody, everybody knows my intentions. I'm not, he's like, no, you sounded like a redneck when you said it. He's like, no, I'm not, I'm not racist. And it's just like, okay, well then why'd you feel the need to say that? And, I seen a lot of, how people in YouTube comments be like, well, black people just need to get over it. There's no such thing as white privilege. You guys just all need to get over it. If you're so adamant about... Right.
I can't even hear no mess like that.
Then you yourself shouldn't be saying it as a black person because you know the word that the stain that it holds. And I'm just like, then why do you want to say it? Because if we know what it holds, then why do you want to say it then? It's just very, I don't know. I'm happy Ice Cube went onto the show and he didn't blanket over the fact he actually addressed it. And that really, I was happy about that.
Respect.
Yeah, but is it going to stop him from saying that word behind closed doors or making
it very comfortably
making fun of black people in front of his friends or his family, whatever the case may be? Mm-mm. No, it's not going to change that. But what we can do is stop supporting someone who does do that. But in the aspect of Bill Maher, I do like him. I do like what he, I have watched his show a few times. Not a bad guy, but definitely needs to be criticized and definitely held accountable for saying that word. And he definitely needs to look more into understanding why it's not okay and move and we can go from there. But definitely not letting that stuff go. But the problem with black people is that we get mad and we throw a hissy fit for 2 seconds. After that, we forget all about it. That's the problem, is that things are so temporary where we'll make someone a big icon. I can't even begin to talk about how black people have made other people famous because of how much we what's the word? How much we just put other people on. Like that girl who's that girl who said, "Cash me outside" or something? Like, y'all made that girl money. Y'all are so silly, right? Why would we do that? Like, black people we be making fun of people and we give them money. And it's like, not okay. So I just think we need to be a little bit more critical and take things a little more serious and don't let things go either. Because we need to stop putting money in other people's pocket by, making them entertainers and like it's okay. So that's my thing. I think that's a whole nother topic, but I think that's something important that we need to realize. So yeah.
Right. Now we can go on to what Michelle wants to, which is hot topic.
Hot button topic.
Itching, scratching, craving to go to this.
Yeah, I wasn't getting that started. I mean, we got our special guest here, so honestly, I'm going to be leading. Y'all going to be leading this talk today because I know nothing about being no healthy, so I'm here to learn today. For real, because I already am. So let's go ahead and go into the hot button topic. It is, Mariah calls it a plant-based diet. Plant-based diet. So can you talk more about why you gave it that name?
I do, because I'm not the only one that says it. It is a plant-based diet, everyone, because basically what a plant-based diet entails is you eliminating certain things out of your diet that wouldn't be plant-based, which are like meat and dairy, things like that don't really
things you need to survive. What you talking about?
And we're going to talk about that too, how you don't actually need meat to survive.
You do.
But yeah, we're going to get into that. And that's why we have Jahlon here, because he himself lives a plant-based lifestyle. So yeah, he's going to definitely
talk about it.
So go ahead, Jahlon. So the first question we have for you is, what made you make that transition over to a plant-based lifestyle? Like, what made you think that was, yeah.
Made me think that was okay.
What made you do it?
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, it was a litany of things, but even like from a young age, I knew that probably shouldn't be consuming meat. I'm not saying like everybody shouldn't, but me, myself personally, and my family, like my grandparents and parents, they grew up Seventh-day Adventists, and it's a denomination of Christianity, and they really had strong convictions. Like the Seventh-day Adventist Church prides themselves on like a healthy lifestyle and living a plant-based diet. That's kind of what the denomination is centered and focused around. So from a young age, like my parents and grandparents are vegetarian, so I kind of grew up in it. And we would still eat meat, but we would never really eat what's called unclean foods. Like if you go into the Bible and read the Levitical laws.
Like halal food?
You said halal? What's
halal.
That? I'm not familiar with halal. What is that?
Dang, so I don't know if it's a New York thing or what. Like they have a halal. It's a halal truck, and it's like supposed to be the only like clean meat. I have a friend.
It's like some Jewish.
Are you Muslim?
I'm not.
What's your religion?
I don't really subscribe too heavy to these Western religions, but I grew up Christian.
Okay, you grew up Christian. Okay, I just had to see if it ever connected, because I know that there's some religion like Muslim and stuff who don't. Like my friend, she doesn't eat meat, uncleansed meat. Like she only eats meat from at home, but she doesn't eat meat anywhere else, and she eats meat off the halal truck because it's considered halal. If you look up halal, it means like cleansed meat or something, like appropriate meat to eat or whatever. But go ahead.
Sorry, that's a good question. I think the Jews, the Christians, and the Muslims all like subscribe to that Levitical law about what's clean and what's unclean. I don't know the verses, but I believe it's probably in like Leviticus or Deuteronomy. But like catfish would be an unclean meat because it's a fish with fins and no scales, right?
I just ate that for dinner.
Or like
it was good. Some potatoes.
Yeah, I mean, but if you look at the lifestyle of a catfish, it's really like the pig of the ocean. Well, not the ocean, but like lakes and rivers and ponds and shit, because they only eat shit. They sit at the bottom of the water and eat bullshit all day.
Okay, Jahlon.
You know, I'm just giving you like perspective of like me growing up and what the information that was given to me that led me to,
transition over.
Yeah, transition. Like catfish, lobsters, shrimps, crabs, pigs. These are all unclean foods because they don't eat vegetables. They're not vegetarians. They're not herbivores. They eat like bullshit all day. But that growing up in that.
So you eat beef?
I used to eat beef and chicken and turkey. I never ate.
Cause beef? Cause don't cows eat grass? Isn't
Yeah,
that
they
vegan?
chew the cud. That's if you look up these words, Levitical law, clean, unclean animals, chew cud, split hoof, it'll, put you onto your search. But no, yeah, I never really ate too much beef. It was a whole bunch of chicken and turkey, which was cool. It's good until I
Now it's
started
a dirty
watching.
bird.
Yeah, it's the dirty bird now. Because I know y'all seen. If y'all haven't seen, y'all need to watch like the documentaries of how the food is actually raised. It's very traumatic. It's quite traumatic. I'm getting the chills just thinking about it.
I don't even want to watch
You
it,
probably
so
should
there
though,
goes
because
that.
you're putting this in your body.
Why should I? I'm still here.
Because this could save your life. Because the adrenaline that is released during these traumatic deaths is actually poisonous, and you consuming it. It's toxic to you.
Okay, so why are they? Okay, so why are these things on Earth if I can't eat it? Isn't it dog eat dog
No,
world?
yeah, absolutely. I'm not telling anybody they have to do this. I'm just giving you my perspective. You can.
No, I'm not
eat
saying they
blood if you
have
want.
to. I'm sorry, I'm playing
It's
devil's
cool.
advocate here, but I'm just
But
saying.
when cancer develops 50 years later,
So you're,
just
but when it's your time, it's your
that's a
time,
fact.
though. Too. Someone who's like completely healthy eats
But you gotta also
vegan can also get
no,
anything a
yeah,
meat
yeah.
eater
You
can
can.
get.
It's not just the food. That's a good point. That's what another thing I want to touch on too, because evading certain toxins in food, you can actually still be confronted with those toxins and poisons around poisonous people. If you're not around the right people, if you're not in the right environments, if you're not entertaining the right ideas, it's a whole lifestyle. It's not just the food physically; it's mental and spiritual also. So that's a good point. But
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that
But
spiritual
back to
stuff.
everybody
That
gotta
one of the
die at some point. You
questions.
gotta
You have
consider
more.
the quality of life. Like when I get older, do you want to be like a healthy older person, or do you want to be like sick and in the hospital on your deathbed waiting to die, or do you want to, preserve yourself long enough to live your golden years? You just gotta ask yourself those questions. And again, it's not solely based on the food,
Do
but
you
based on the
know?
lifestyle.
Okay, so tell
Do
us
you
what are the
know any
benefits of doing
research
so? Like, what
on
are the
this?
benefits of transitioning over that you've noticed in having a plant-based lifestyle? Like, do you notice any benefits that since you've done it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, physically, my skin is a lot more clear. My teeth are a lot more stronger, whiter. My hair is better. So physically, I mean, you'll see the manifestation of a plant-based diet. And again, I want to say, like, I don't even think humans are supposed to be consuming meat, man. Like, if you look at your teeth, you look at your biology,
Okay,
it's
why?
very difficult for the human body to break down flesh. That's a very violent process to really, like, break it down. I think it takes years to, like, break down meat. And just water-soluble foods like plants, veggies, grains, nuts, those break down a lot easier. And if your digestion isn't compromised, and you could break foods down a lot simpler and less violent, then I think you'll be like a less violent person. I'm not saying you're a violent person, but I think your thinking has the food you eat has like a direct correlation into like how you think, how you act, and how you behave.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's good.
I know that even Michelle said it,
ahead,
and
Mariah.
a lot of people on my Snapchat when I was asking this question, they were like, just asking like, right? Don't we like we insist they say that we need meat, like you need meat to survive. Like I cannot live without meat. Like I can't live off of grains and I can't live off of plants. I can't live off of beans, nuts. I need meat. Like how am I gonna live?
They can though. I can't stand that word. I can't stand that word "can't" though. Like it's one thing to say like you can't, like you can, because people do it. But it's another thing. It's like, do you want it or do you need it?
That's what
Go
a lot of
ahead,
people were saying to me.
Jahlon.
Like, girl, I've been living on this all the time. I can't be living off no nuts and no berries and stuff. I need meat. What they say, when it's a common criticism of people who
No, yeah,
don't eat meat.
that's a very common question amongst people who may not know exactly what their body needs and what they need to survive. Like just fundamentally, your body needs electrolytes, and you need vitamins, you need minerals, right? And like the five basic electrolytes are calcium, potassium, sodium, magnesium, and chloride, right? And then you have vitamins and you have trace minerals, and you can get all these things through plants, fruits and veggies. also with a great deal of water. There's people who survive solely off of water. They survive off of water and off the sun. The sun is absolutely integral to like human health also. So I mean you can survive without the meat. Meat has like some benefit, some properties, I suppose, like the protein, right? Isn't that like the number one?
Yeah, that's the number one criticism. Like, how am I going to get protein?
So I mean,
Right. So, do you have recommendations for our
Like
listeners
recipes?
for just
yeah, absolutely.
not just recipes, but also just the commitment I'm thinking of, and also maybe some of the weaknesses that you struggled with in the very beginning, and how you were able to stay. You talk about how your grandparents, you kind of were raised in that cleansingness. How do you think, or do you have any advice for people who are just straight, who've been meat eaters all their life and are trying to transition into that plant-based diet, and maybe just talk more about, can I give some a little advice maybe on how someone can transition if they are looking to be a plant-based
Yeah, absolutely. I got some advice for
person?
the vampires who wanna be human again.
Oh my god! Shut up!
No,
Shut up! No, don't listen to him, y'all.
nah, I'm just joking.
I'm a vampire. I don't care. I'm a wood.
All
I'm a
jokes,
Wolverine.
y'all. You know, some people out there won't take it as such, but go ahead.
Nah, I mean, I would suggest that people take your time. Don't try to make it like a 1 day process to where you just completely transition and change your whole diet in 1 day. Because your body will react a certain way. I think it's better to it's like drugs. If you addicted to heroin for X amount of years, or coke or marijuana or whatever it is, it's going to be very difficult to just go cold turkey. You want to wean yourself off day by day,
So
week by week,
hit the
month
pipe
by
a little
month.
bit. Hit the pipe every other day.
Yeah, just if you cut something,
Get a chicken nugget.
yeah,
Get a one
instead of
chicken
getting the 10
nugget,
piece, get
get
the
a
5
nugget,
piece,
one
and then don't get no piece.
Get the 5 piece.
Yeah, get
and
the
a
salad instead with the little get the grilled chicken Caesar salad if you must
Right.
have some meat, and then just slowly make transition every day.
I can attest to that too, because when I was growing up, my family ate a lot of pork, and even when I go to like barbecues or anything like that now, and I don't eat pork, my family looks at me crazy like, you want no rib? You want no like, what's up? Like you done changed on us.
Right.
And but it's been like maybe 5 or 6 years I haven't ate pork, and it's just kind of just when I first started doing it, I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna eat it. Like, it's hard because when you grow up with like eating bacon or eating whatever pork ribs at the barbecue, whatever the case is, I personally just stopped doing it by trying to. There's like different things to eat, so instead of eating regular bacon, I ate turkey bacon, and it did not taste the same. Let me tell you. but it was just like a little minor change. So I mean, I guess it would just take effort. If you really want to do it, you'll really do it, because obviously there's been times where it's harder for me to, like, if we got catered food at work and it's like
Right.
bacon burritos. Obviously I want a burrito, but I can't because they didn't cater for no bacon. I could take it off and cheat and be like, oh, I'm gonna just take it off, but it's baked in, so it's like exactly. So I'm like, damn, I can't eat this. Let me go ahead and eat my lunch I was gonna eat anyway. Like, it is hard because everybody else around you eating bacon when we go out to eat, or it's hard because even if you go to like brunch places, everything like the gravy may have bacon in it, or the cheese, eggs, or whatever, the omelet may have bacon in. They can't substitute it out for you because it's already pre-cooked in there. So it's like, damn, like, what can I do? So you got to get a side of fruit instead of a side of whatever you wanted to get, because that comes with bacon. So I mean, if you really want to do it, you can really do it. It's just gonna take some
How often
mental power.
How often are you hungry?
I'm honestly not often hungry because I think a lot of people mistake like hunger for dehydration. I don't know if you growing up, but when I was growing up, if I wake up like in the middle of the night to get a snack and my mom or my dad catch me and I tell them I'm hungry, they're gonna tell me, no, you're thirsty. Drink some water and go to bed. And I didn't understand it then, but now I really understand. Like, most people, when they say they're really hungry, they're really not hungry. I think they're more thirsty. But the food, the plants are more fulfilling and more satisfying than, the meats and other alternatives. Like, when I have a really big salad, I'm cool, for 5-6 hours. I really don't have to eat nothing else. And I'll snack throughout the day. I'll snack on like some nuts or some fruits or some veggies all throughout the day. and won't really have like any heavy meals, especially not at nighttime, because your body begins to start its digestive process around like 9, or ends its digestive process around 9:30. So that's when I try to cut it out. If I do eat something, it's light. But you know, again, with what can people do to like transition? Like Mariah said, it's hard to make the change when everybody around you isn't really on board, or anybody isn't like aiding and assisting you. Especially if you live in a house with people who eat meat or who do whatever, and you don't. It's gonna be hard to make that transition, but you just gotta be diligent, committed, and again, it's not gonna be overnight. It's a whole life process.
Right. Absolutely. I think that's the same too. Okay, so like
Yeah,
you
I
just
agree.
said about it, so do you get a lot of criticism now from your friends and family about you not eating meat? Like, cause I know.
No, I never really got any heavy like criticism. It was always just jokes,
Yeah.
you know. But nah,
Right. We
What
want to
kind
hear
of
something.
jokes?
Make us laugh.
like damn, you about to evaporate. Like you already skinny. Like you want to be even more frail. Like you run around looking like a corpse. Whoop whoop. You know. But I figured out like what my body weight should be eating like a plant-based diet.
Is there a way for our listeners to find a way to figure out what their weight is supposed to be? Let's say they get very stressed out or kind of scared because they're losing so much weight when they start. I know I heard someone say that they started being a vegan and they lost so much weight that they started eating
Right.
meat again. Is there a website or any kind of information that they can find so they can see, you know what, as a vegan at 5'2", I can, being 100 pounds, 111 pounds, whatever, is completely okay? Is there any way they can find something like that? Or how did you know your weight was normal for being a vegan?
Well, my body mass index it pretty much stayed the same. Like I didn't really lose too much weight when I made the transition. So when I go to get checkups from my doctor, they'll let me know what my BMI is and that I'm at a healthy weight, and I can just feel it. I know it. So I mean, I don't know how. I don't know what kind of physique people are looking for, but I've seen like thick, muscle bound vegans. I've seen skinny vegans. I've seen fat vegans. I've seen all different body types. So, I mean, you just have to figure what works for you. And again, I'm not like a doctor. I'm not a certified dietitian or anything. I want to put that disclosure out there. If people practice some of this information, you know, I don't want to be held liable.
Look this up your own.
Yeah, I mean, this is at your own discretion, but you can go to blackseeddiet.com. That's a dope website. It's also like a black operated.
Can you say
It's
it one
called
more time for me?
Black Seed, BLACK Seed SEED diet.com.
We'll get the link
Black
to that
Seed Diet.
on our website as well.
That's a great website. It has a lot of recipes. It has a lot of information. It has like little trivia questions and tests. It has a lot of great articles about health, and not just about the food, about mental health and spiritual health, and tying all that in together. And also, you can visit Dr. Sabi's website, Queen of Fua. If y'all not familiar with Dr. Sabi, he's the late great Dr. Sabi. He recently transitioned. He passed away, but he cured many ailments using herbs, using plants, cancer, diabetes, sickle cell, and the list goes on and on. He was actually incarcerated in 1984 in New York State for saying that he had the cure for AIDS. And he was fully exonerated after they re-diagnosed the people who said they had AIDS, and then found out later that they were cured of AIDS. They had to like let him go and fully exonerate him. So it's documented and proven that his techniques and methods work.
Nice. We're gonna have to put that on our website. Both those people's information.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for enlightening us on that. You don't absolutely need meat to survive, but if that's a choice that you want to go on, then that's cool as well. So I'm going to head over to Snapchat Combos with me, and I guess we can answer some questions like that together, because some people said something in their responses that kind of, I guess you could touch on too, Jahlon. Since,
Yeah, definitely.
But yes, so on my Snapchat Combos, I asked basically two questions, like, would you want us to be starting a plant-based lifestyle, and why, or why not? Because if you said no, then why did you say no, right?
Right.
So I actually got some good responses from people, and
Birds are too good.
what'd you say?
The ribs are too good. Just can't give it up.
Okay, here you go. But yes, I got some pretty good responses from people, and a friend of mine, Makeda, wrote to it, and she said, "Oh God, y'all, you know I ain't got Wi-Fi down here." Okay, she said, "I did a plant-based diet for 3 months earlier this year for Lit, and it was amazing. I just recently decided I want to make it permanent. I don't call myself a vegetarian yet, though, because I want to make sure my discipline is strong first. I mess up some days, but for the most part, I don't eat meat. I do it because of how it makes me feel. It literally changes so much. My skin is better, and I feel better. Plus, I just don't trust shit. I've read too many articles. I've seen too many videos on the meat industry, and it's sickening." And that is Makeda, and her Snapchat username is Makeda94.
Shout out Makeda.
Yay, Makeda! And I also got another response from another good friend of mine, Angel Smith.
Hold on, I want to respond to Makeda.
Oh, you want to respond to Makeda?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
No, yeah, I feel her on her just feeling better, her thinking better, I would presume, her looking better. And then, like the
Because she is fine.
Right.
You fine, girl.
And then, like, what may have scared her straight. She said she don't trust nothing. So I got, like, a few little fun facts. I don't know if you know this or not, but milk, right? Cow milk is allowed to have 750,000 somatic cells, which is a euphemism or another word for pus. It's radiated pus. It's allowed to have 750,000 somatic cells, 25,000 live bacteria for the FDA administration, for the Food and Drug Administration takes it off the shelf. So you're basically drinking radiated pus, right? Another fun fact is that a lot of the red meat, or all the red meat that you see in stores, isn't even supposed to be red. It's supposed to be gray. And you could Google this information. I hope people look this information up to know I'm not lying. But it's supposed to be gray. And they pump the red meat with carbon monoxide, and that's what turns it red. It's like a preservative almost.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
How is that a fun
It's
fact?
a fun fact. I thought people.
It's just a fact.
I thought people should know this.
The cat. You just told me the catfish I ate for
Here
dinner.
she goes. She's not gonna let this catfish
It's like
go.
the pig.
You know
It's the pig of the ocean.
the
My
catfish-
catfish is the pig of the ocean.
No, with the catfish thing, I mean that's probably that's not as bad as like chicken.
Oh, but I love.
He gets on me about that too, because if he'll see me like eat like shrimp, he'll be like, "Oh, that's cockroaches of the sea."
It's definitely the cockroach. But I mean, it's cool it's cool. It's high in protein, I guess.
Listen, guys, I'm trying to transition right now. I'm just a pescatarian, so listen. We're gonna jump into what Angel had to say because so Angel Smith chimed in as well, and her Snapchat username is Gorgeous Ange because she is, and Angel chimed in on the subject as well. She said, yes, because plant-based was our main diet before colonization. Mm-hmm. I have actually switched to eating veggies and fruits as the main parts of my meals and meats as a side, if at all. And basically she said, to colonize your diet, that's also a Facebook page and organization, by the way.
Hashtag decolonize your diet. Shout out Ange.
Go ahead, Ange. But we did get some other feedback as well. Not everyone was for a plant-based diet. And Rachel, who goes by Soul Child, said what she had to say about it as well. It's more toned to her toning up and building her body sculpture. She basically said, nope, because my blood type won't allow for it, and neither will my gains. It's expensive as fuck to bulk off of plants.
And that's a good point with the blood type, because a lot of people aren't.
That's very true, because I'm anemic, so I can't do it.
Nah, you could do it.
Here she goes.
I can't do it because I'm
sickle cell
anemic.
anemia. And you know what?
Well, my cousin just got cured of sickle cell anemia from from a blood transfusion. But I think there's like plant stuff is in that stuff.
Yeah,
too,
I mean, what you should probably do, eat more green leafy vegetables, particularly red kale, because it's high in iron fluorine. And iron fluorine is great for the blood. I think it produces either white blood cells or red blood cells. But whatever the sickle cell anemia, whatever you're deficient in, if it's white or red blood cells, the iron fluorine can really help you with that.
Fluorine. Okay.
It's iron fluorine.
Okay. And it's in what? It's in
red
what?
Kale has a high concentration of iron fluorine. Yeah.
Red kale.
Good for your blood. Great for your blood.
Thanks for
Absolutely. Well, thank you for chiming in, Jahlon, on those Snapchat things, because I didn't know how to talk about the whole gains thing. I don't really know about gains in the gym.
Yeah. And think our Snapchat. I mean, the fact that people were always willing to share some of the things that some of our topics that we discussed was really
Absolutely.
appreciated because
That's how we can do this.
it's nice to get other opinions. It's not all about just
Right.
Most
our
that.
opinion.
Oh yeah, I was expecting more hate mail or something.
More hate mail. Yeah, nobody. They probably didn't know what it was. I was like, girl, what the hell is a plant-based diet?
Yeah, plant-based.
Like, girl, what the
PBD.
But no, but yeah, thank you for chiming in on that. And I guess we'll head on over to Black Business of the Week. Jahlon, you wanted to speak on that? Nua Hill, you said? You wanted to touch on that?
Yeah, Nuwa Hill.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, what's Nua Hill?
Did I say that correctly?
Nuwa Hill.
Spell it out.
Nuwaheal. Nua Hill.
That is, well, it's an educational site, but it's created by my brother Saniqua. His Facebook name is Su Nuank.
We're going to write that down on the website, y'all.
Yeah, you can write that down. You go to my page. I uploaded something.
Yeah, all of these culture names. I love it.
But
it.
he
Go
makes
ahead.
a lot. He makes herbs, tonics, and charges, amongst other things. And he also shares a lot of information about how you can heal yourself using the plants that are in your surrounding environment. Like most of the herbs that he used to make his charges and tonics, he gets them right in the neighborhood, or he goes to the mountains and gets it. So it's educational, and it's a place where you can go to him and actually get some of these charges and herbs. And he's got like people's testimony on there, people's experience and what it's done for them. So if you need some healing.
Nice. All right, you guys. Listen. Go to Nuwa Hill.
Yes.
That's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
Nuwa Hill. Perfect. So we're gonna put all this information on our website because this is so resourceful, and I definitely want you guys to have something to go back to, especially all the facts that Jahlon has.
Yes, look it up for yourself, y'all.
Because
we are not experts. Nor do we claim to be. We're just providing information that we've come across. So.
Yeah. I got a couple more names for you too.
Yeah,
I don't know if I said what Queen Afua.
Yep.
Okay.
Queen Afua actually has a few sons, but one of her sons, Supernova Islam, he's the author of a book called The Remedy, and his mission is to like unifying the gangs through holistic wellness and healing. And Koya Webb is also a holistic health coach and yoga instructor. I think she's in California. He's pretty dope. And yeah, Black Seed Diet. Go check them out too. And y'all put all the links in the
we will
in the bio.
What do you think about? I have a question for you, real quick, before we close off. What do you think about these? There's so many different kind of herbal things that go out, like flat tummy teas and Herbalife and things like that. What do you think about those kind of products that people go for when they're trying to kind of live a healthier lifestyle?
I dig it. I mean, I don't know too much about the flat. I've seen like
views
all
on
the
those?
celebrities, all the models and shit, like promote the flat stomach teas and all that. I haven't.
Stomach.
Oh yeah, stomach tummy. I've seen it. I've never like went and like did any research on it to see what's in it or how they're using it, but if it's plant based, and I think it's cool.
What about Herbalife? You heard of Herbalife before?
I haven't heard of Herbalife. I mean, it sounds good.
Oh, okay, yeah. They're like it's like a whole organization that has like all these food preps and meal preps and smoothies and bars and all this stuff that's supposed to be.
Well, flat tummy tea, can't you just drink green tea and like call it a day? Like some hot green tea with some lemon.
I think I heard Dr. Oz say that you green tea
and lemon,
but straight green tea. I heard.
I do want to say that like flat bellies are made in the kitchen.
True. That means you can't eat. So say you can work out all day, but then you can't go home and eat like a box of donuts and expect to have like a nice flat tummy.
Or you could take less work. You could work less. You could work smarter and not harder. That's
true.
What it,
Basically, he's saying if you eat better, then you have like a better body. It's 80% in the kitchen, 20% in the gym. Is what you're trying to say?
What if I wanted to go to my butt though? If I go to the gym and I come home and eat 3 donuts, I wanted to go to the butt, so you still gotta eat that.
Get a lot of,
what about plant-based
people
who want to be thick?
Is your girl thick?
Saturated and yeah.
She's a vegan.
Yeah, Mariah Michelle, she's definitely a vegan, and she's retained her. She lost a little weight in the right places though. She didn't lose it, completely. But you can.
Who's Mariah
She's a
Michelle?
dancer. She's a stripper.
Oh, she is like a
Yeah, she's a
celebrity.
He's
Or
at,
this is like
Nah, she's
your
my
girlfriend
he
celebrity
would
crush.
he would love for her to be, but no,
I'm still in search.
he get out of here. He's remember when Drake
line's available, y'all.
wrote that song, something about Mariah in the club?
Someone
tell Mariah I'm on fire. She should work
Oh,
tonight.
okay.
Yeah, she was in a couple of Drake's videos.
Okay, so Mariah, I'm gonna look her up on Instagram. What's her
M-A-I
Instagram name?
I'm mad that you know
No,
off top.
MALIA underscore
L-I-A.
Michelle MICHEL.
Uh-huh. I seen.
Yeah,
I
you
had
seen
to
her.
see
You
her
definitely seen her.
before. Michelle.
Oh,
All the
don't do
Michelles is
that,
bad.
Michelle.
She be dropping some information. You know, she be going in. She works out. Hikes.
Michelle Obama. That girl Michelle you talking about?
But no, I want to
Michelle
say you could like still
whatever. It's
retain
like-
your thickness.
Yeah,
eating
she's pretty
the
thick.
proper fats, fatty acids, omega-3, avocado.
I think a lot of genetics come into
But it-
place too, because
Yeah, I mean genetics definitely.
Yeah.
But avocados.
yeah,
likewise.
because it's like some people gain weight in their titties, some people gain weight in their stomach, some people gain weight in
I
their
use
booty,
those
some
to
people
my
gain
That's a
weight
fact.
thighs
in their
'cause
feet.
I don't have no hips.
Sorry, I'm
So.
just playing.
That's an absolute fact.
After you
My
have a
mama
baby,
had a baby
Mariah,
too. And my
that's
mom is
what
skinnier
spreads
than
that.
me. Everyone who knows me know my mom is way.
But was she smaller than you before she
She
had
was
you?
thin. She's always been thin. I mean, when she was younger, when she was middle school, she was a little bit chubby, but you know, it's like baby fat. But when she was like my age, like she's always been thin. Tell him, Jahlon, she's thinner than me.
Yeah, she's definitely thinner than you.
Oh damn. Okay.
No, I'm just saying they're not bad.
Oh goodness, y'all. Okay, okay. We're going off a little top. Okay, we go. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and close. Let's close off. You guys have any last minute remarks, Mariah, Jahlon?
Okay. Yeah, Michelle, but you before we close out and everything, Michelle, tell us about Ty's our close friend of our Ty, her sip and stroke. She had like this event and it looked really nice. I'm so sad I'm not in New York with y'all to go on all these cool things that y'all have. But yes, Ty sip and strokes. Tell us about that.
Oh yeah, it was fun. Jeff and I went on Sunday to Ty's Sip and Stroke. She had sangria, she had tacos, she had chips and salsa. It was really good. It was on the rooftop in Brooklyn. The view was amazing. She's amazing. I'm so proud of her for just truly using her craft, and inspiring other people. It was a very fun event. I can't wait till she does more of those. I think that's her calling, and I think she should definitely continue to do that, especially if you can make money off of it. So, cheers to Ty for, one, inviting us, and two, just being a hustler. Like, it's funny how when I walked into her event, I knew a girl, Jeff's friend was there. And I was like, the fact that it's a small world, and the fact that Denver, Colorado is out in New York representing, where other people is here like representing for Ty, like it was everything. It was so nice. So I enjoyed it. Let's go ahead and that was the last minute for me. But it was fun, Mariah.
Okay, cool. Well, our last minute was I don't really have anything. What do you have, Jahlon?
Oh yeah, I did want to say something concerning
Go ahead.
solar energy and getting your vitality from the sun, because that's also very important. The sun has to be part of our diet because melanin, right? And I'm presuming that the majority of these people are melanated people listening to the show, as this is Melanin Voices. Melanin is first cousin to chlorophyll, and because of the chlorophyll in the plants are able to photosynthesize light and use light and solar energy as nourishment, so they could thrive. Likewise, melanated beings should be consuming the sun. You should get, I don't want to put a time limit on it, but I would say at least 30 minutes to an hour a day for vitality, for your vitamins, and for your minerals. Because if you get sun exposure from, can you hear me? If you get sun exposure from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and even early parts of 11, your small intestine produces a trace mineral called cobalamin, or cobalt vitamin, also known as vitamin B12. And you can take it in supplement form or You could get the sun from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. and your small intestine will naturally produce it. Also, vitamin D. You need vitamin D to maintain like your sanity, so you don't go insane. And you get vitamin D right after the sun.
Oh, what vitamin
Okay,
D?
There's only one vitamin D.
Go away, fool. She's annoying.
You're funny. Yeah, you definitely need that vitamin D too.
I need that.
What vitamin D you
yeah,
talking about?
that
That
Yeah.
Ludacris song. Isn't that Ludacris
You got a song called
song?
Vitamin D?
I'm not called Vitamin. He was talking about it in one of his songs. I'm not
Oh,
sure which
word?
one though.
Okay.
Oh,
It was
Oh,
called
then I
Vitamin
definitely
D. Look it up. It's a new song.
Word.
but yeah, so
Hold on. You can get
Need the
vitamin
sun.
D
Look it
right
up.
after the sun is at its zenith, which is at its highest point in the sky, like 12 p.m., 1 p.m. Right after that, you need your vitamin D. Because if you don't get vitamin D, you'll be over anxious, you'll be
that's me.
depressed, you'll be angry, you may even become
Sounds
violent.
about right.
So, you need the sun. The sun has to be part of your diet.
Only if we weren't slaves and we can enjoy
That's a
this
fact.
life without working. I would love to put alarms up for me to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Not
and
at
have
5
vitamin
o'clock,
D.
9 a.m.
Or vitamin D.
and right
Yeah.
after the
Vitamin
sun
C.
at its highest point.
Oh, I thought you said 5
No,
to
9,
10. What was
9
5
a.m.
to 10?
9 a.m.
9 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Michelle ain't listen to you.
Oh.
You worried about that vitamin D,
Right, sorry about that vitamin D. Where's that
Oh,
at?
okay. I thought you said
That's
5
what she
a.m. to 10 a.m.
right?
Anyways,
Anyway.
but that's all, everybody. Oh, and before I close out, I want to say I got my ticket to New York, and so did Mikkel. So we're gonna be visiting Michelle in New York
Hey.
soon for Curls Fest. Hey.
Hey, it's gonna
Gonna
be
be
fun.
big.
We about
Gonna
to
be
be
looking
live
fine.
on
Gonna
that
be
thing,
looking
so everyone
poppin'.
tune in because Melanin Voice about to be popping. And we about to get some
I'm
more
excited.
people. Popping, Melanin Voices, walk around,
We
about to
have
talk about
something. We
crop
have some
tops
stickers.
maybe.
We have
I don't
something.
know. Hopefully. We got time.
Was that your plate?
Yeah, we're gonna have
Was
something.
that your plate in hand you was fanning yourself
Let's
with?
go ahead and close off.
Don't try to bust her out.
No, I'm just saying, like, you hot and
it's
hungry.
hot.
You got your plate, you about to go in.
It's hot.
Get her
All right,
catfish.
be
fool.
careful.
I ate already. That's why it was too late for your cat. My catfish was gone already. Talking to me about that. You're crazy. Anyway, let's go ahead and close off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Melanin Voices. Remember that everything that Mariah and I say and the guests that we bring on this show is specifically our opinion. So if you want your voices to be heard or if you have any comments or concerns, please comment on all of our social media. Go to melaninvoices.com. You can also go to our personal social media and also express feedback or express things that you think that we should talk about.
Email
And
us.
if you also want to be a guest on the show, just let us know. We'll definitely put you on because this is what this podcast is all about, is putting positive voices on our podcast and listening to it through the melanin ears. Because I feel like we need a positive approach on what we do. And I'm happy to see that people like Jahlon are willing to come onto the show and talk about all the things that he's working on and his entrepreneurship and also just his plant-based diet. So thank you so much for coming on the show, Jahlon. We really appreciate it, and I hope you want to come on again, talk about more about maybe your progression from what you're doing
Be on the
now.
lookout
and
for
maybe
our
what you
line of
need.
alkaline food truck. Look out for that.
Hey,
Yo, and support that man in his truck. Give him $1 when you see him. Say this for the truck.
Maybe a little more.
For real. Mariah, anything else?
That's it, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Comment, like, subscribe, and we good.
Tune in next week. See ya. Peace.
Bye, everyone.
Peace.
Love.